I have a feeling Lookman is scared of going back to England.
Environment in England
Did not help him.
did not help him. English football is not for him.
For Lookman, I feel he wants Inter Milan.
Inter is a team that always challenge for Scudetto
Yes.
recently. If you look at them, if they are not the first, they are the second.
Yeah.
Even as the Scudetto has been so difficult that have been passing hands to different clubs. In the last 5 years, Inter have been the most winner.
Football Banter.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Football Banter. And like you already know, there is no football without banter. On the show, we keep it 100 every time. And today, we're just going to be starting with the transfers, and we'll be spotlighting a particular Super Eagles player who is in the mix, just like we had Osimhen in the mix some weeks back. And that player is Ademola Lookman.
African best.
Yes, the reigning African best. What's really demoralizing about Lookman's situation is the fact that the clubs coming for him are not coming with big money, and I find that really disrespectful, because I think he's a player who's proven to be very valuable, and you could see his impact with what he has done for the Atalanta team. So, with Atalanta holding their stance, I would not want to, imply that they are doing the same thing that Napoli did to Osimhen. However, I even support their stance, because I believe Lookman deserves a big money move. What do you think?
Yeah, it does. It deserves a big money move, but there's a way that I don't know how it's done. I don't know how the pricing of players are done, and maybe it's according to the contract or something. I don't know, but Lookman, I think is the valuation right now for his transfer, I think is around 40 to 50 million. So, and it's not too much for these European clubs. We know that they can spend money. There are clubs that can spend money.
Like Man U.
So 40 to 50 million is not that expensive. Look for a Lookman that's supposed to be like 100 million, 120 or so. Look at how much they are selling players. Look at how much Ekitike was signed.
Exactly. And he's not. He doesn't have the same
somebody
quality
that
as
have not
Lookman.
proven himself like Lookman. Lookman have won how many titles? He won the only title for Atalanta. Look at the way he did it to the 5-star performance. He's an African best. He has a credible award.
The only African player to be nominated in the last Ballon d'Or.
He's a Ballon d'Or nominee in the 30-man list. So, and Ekitike, who is just coming up, can be worth 95. How many million? How many million again? I've forgotten.
Yeah, that's about it.
And Lookman for just 50, and clubs are
dragging
the feet, and it's not.
So,
nice.
Well, for me, I think it's not the money now.
Okay.
It's the club. Which clubs are coming for? What are the clubs are coming for?
Well, the only club we have right now
Inter.
is Inter Milan.
And for me, Lookman going to a club like Inter is not a rise for me. How I see it. I'm thinking of clubs like Bayern Munich coming for Lookman. Mm-hmm. Clubs like Arsenal. We shouldn't be talking about Inter. For the past seasons now, we've seen Inter.
You see, the Bayern that you said is even where I wanted him to go. But it looks like Bayern have gotten their winger in Luis Diaz already. I feel they are settled there. I think they have gotten what they want. That is, except they want to go for another one. I think they need to go again in the market, but it's the decision of the club. And we all know Bayern for not being this kind of very, very active in the market every transfer season like that. So, and you see, Inter, to me, yes, it might not be the best destination for Lookman because of the club compared to other clubs, but to Lookman himself, we need to also understand that he will have his preference, and since he knows the Italian league and is doing well in the league, if he feels Inter is a place that he will even get to the next level in the Italian league and even get to win the Scudetto, fine. Inter is a team that can also win the Scudetto. All right, and there are also other teams that can go like Arsenal, but I think Inter is not bad.
Picking up from what you said, it appears Lookman put in a transfer request after Atalanta rejected the Napoli bid. So does that mean Lookman wants to go to Inter Milan? Because the Inter bid. Does that mean he prefers Inter Milan? Because I have a feeling Lookman is scared of going back to England.
Not really. I think he prefers. He's used to. When you are somewhere.
That's where he found his success.
Yes, there are some players that will tell you, yes, I played in England and I want to still play there. I don't want to go.
Like Gyökeres, he said he wants to go and prove his points back there.
You get. So for Lookman, I feel he wants Inter Milan. And mind you, Inter Milan is an upgrade of Atlanta. Atlanta has not won something for the past years
they are
until he came.
Europa champions.
So, and then these guys, Inter Milan, they have been consistent in the Champions League, even though they've not won it for about 3 seasons now. They've been consistent. And if you check the history of Inter Milan, African players do better there.
Yes.
African players, we have this guy that was playing
Sule
there now.
Montari.
I think Eto played
there.
Hakimi played in it. So
Yes.
for me, that's one of the best places to go,
And
unless he
Inter,
wants to
and it
consider
might also be
England.
that his dream is to win the Scudetto. And Inter is a team that always challenge for the Scudetto.
Yes.
Recently, if you look at them, if they are not the first, they are the second.
Yeah.
Even as the Scudetto has been so difficult now that have been passing hands to different clubs. In the last 5 years, Inter have been the most winner.
True.
So you have to look at those things. And Inter is a team that have good players that are there that can help him. And with Lookman adding the addition of Lookman to the team, it's a boost. And there is a league that he understands already. And mind, like you said, you see that England move. I feel he might not want to because the way it was treated there,
nostalgia. You have this nostalgic feeling of I didn't do very well there, so you have to leave that environment to excel.
And like we have seen in his career that truly the environment in England
did not help him.
English football is not for him, and I feel maybe that's what he has noticed because look at this player. He moved anytime he moves away from England, he does well. Yes, he was a star boy in the beginning of his career. It wasn't that club. But since when he started being in the spotlight, the only place that was conducive for him to do well is Italy. And so if he wants to still stay there, it's okay for him.
So recently we saw Arsenal, who were initially going for Eberechi Eze and now considering Ademola Lookman.
Yeah.
And for now it's speculation. I can't authenticate that information yet. But the reason for Lookman is that he's a cheaper option to Eberechi Eze. Now that comes back to the question. I feel Lookman is undervalued because Eberechi Eze's release clause is 68 million quid, right? And Lookman. So if Eberechi Eze is 68 million quid, that means Lookman's valuation is below that, so for it to be considered a cheaper option.
If you tell me Eberechi is younger than Lookman because of the age, so I'll consider Eberechi. I'll say fine.
Who's younger?
No,
who's younger?
I think Eberechi is younger than. I'll say okay. The reason why you are paying that big for Eberechi is because Eberechi has a lot of things to offer going forward, unlike Lookman's age. You get, but to devalue Lookman,
Lookman should be 25 or 20.
No.
Lookman
is 27, 28.
Lookman is 27.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So I think to say that this guy, see, they don't really understand. Okay, should Arsenal be saying
Lookman
this last season?
27.
Or should other clubs be saying this last season? And even this season, Lookman has been in mad form. He has been consistent, even though he had series of injuries. So to come out and say he's the cheaper
I think the thing is, whenever if you see most cases where people have issues with the club, when there is an issue between player and the club, most times their release clause, it's either the club is debating on the amounts or the player just wants to go and then the club just wants to frustrate the player. Because for me now, if you say Lookman wants to go now, Atlanta he wants to go. The relationship is already not okay. So if he wants to go, Atlanta will just say, anything they just bring, let him go. So definitely the value will not be high because they just want to.
Another thing why I feel his value is low because of the age. You see, he's 27 already, and the normal template in football, the normal thing on paper is from 27 to 30.
It's near retirement.
Yeah, and people will not want to spend a lot of money.
Gyökeres is how old?
I don't know how old Gyökeres is.
25 now.
No, he's not.
How old is Gyökeres?
Gyökeres is about 27, 28 or so.
Are you sure?
Yes, check it now.
Okay, but normally we don't really see a lot of 27 years old player that will be like
that commands.
It'll be 80, 90. No, we don't really get to see that. We see I think higher 60. 50 and stuff. So, and Atalanta are not against getting
how old
50.
is Mbeumo?
Mbeumo?
Yeah.
Mbeumo is 25 Mbeumo is 25 or 24.
Yeah, I think it's
He's
24 or
24. He's young.
For me, that Lookman's thing, I just think it's just the relationship with the club is already.
Yeah,
Because
that's-
PSG came knocking from the reports. PSG came knocking for 20 million pounds
For who?
for Lookman.
and that's why I said. That's why I said. Is the, no, as at last
Are you
season.
serious?
Now that last season, he did not want to leave, and they had an agreement that at the end of by now, this kind when it feels it's the right time for him to go, it will not be that kind of transfer fee anymore. They will want to get a reasonable amount for Lookman, which is from 40 to 45 to 50 million. And now, according to what the president said, according to what the club said, and that was the agreement they had with him. So Lookman was saying that Inter has met with that because they bought everything equated to 45, but they want more from an Italian team.
But if you look at it from this perspective, I feel Lookman's representative are not very, very good. Just the same thing we said about Osimhen. I think the representative Lookman has is they are not doing a good job. They're very terrible because
this guy
it
literally
doesn't matter.
carried Atlanta on his shoulder.
This guy
to winning the Europa League.
is the bride of Atalanta. Right, he's like their best player.
It's crazy,
and you can see that Lookman is a very good player. So we shouldn't be talking about Lookman going for 45. Kiwior in Arsenal, the valuation we haven't put
least
in
should come for
30
Lookman
million.
is
Even
50.
at that 30 million, we are still saying that he is too cheap. And Lookman, Ademola Lookman, come on, no. I think the representation are not doing a very good job. And also, if you look at the wages that is being debated that he's going to receive at Inter, it is actually very, very poor. You know, for a player of his caliber and with his
I thought he already has an
not up to
agreement
200.
with Inter.
No, it's not up to 200.
He's not even up to 100.
No.
Weekly, it should be up to 200.
You might have to check. You might want to check it.
It should be.
You might want to check it.
should
Lookman should not be any less than
You
200.
might want to check it.
It should be.
And you might want to check it because
The only thing I think Lookman is happy going to Inter,
That's not the
irrespective of his price tag. You get, he's happy going there, but it all boils down to the agreement between the club and the both club and even the players. That's why the president had to come out that if we have to sell Lookman, it has to be to a bigger club or probably not to their rival in their
But
league.
okay, talking about Lookman and Eberechi Eze in terms for Arsenal's transfer news now, I don't think you should replace Eberechi Eze with Lookman because they're two distinct players. Like they play different kind of football and different position. You can have a player like Lookman at the wing. Like that's his dwelling place. That's where he excels. But when you have a player like Eberechi Eze functions more when he plays from 10 and 8. So I don't think it should be a direct replacement. If you say you are not going for Eberechi Eze, then you say you're going for Lookman to replace Eberechi Eze. I think that's totally off.
Well, just to close it,
Arsenal needs Eberechi Eze more than they will need a Lookman.
Well, the only thing I can say in this generally now on everything on Lookman is if Inter really wants him, if Inter feel that they really need to sign him, the 50 million is not too much for them.
50.
Yeah.
And because generally, if you go and check Lookman market value, say on transfer market and everything, you will see that it's valued at 60 million for a 27 years old player. It's not bad. And if his club are saying that they can sell him for 50 million to an Italian team, then Inter should do the needful and go all. We could see what Galatasaray did for Osimhen. So Inter should.
I'm telling you, and I think you should confirm it. Lookman doesn't earn up to 100 million pounds in Atalanta. I think his annual salary is about 2 million pounds thereabouts per annum. And that's about 38 between 38 and 40 million, 40,000 pounds per
the
week.
salary at Atalanta right now does not really matter again because he wants to leave. Because according to the report,
even what Inter is offering is not up to 100.
But now the report is
That's
Inter agreed with Lookman has already agreed with Inter. So whatever.
What's the detail of the agreement?
On all terms, salary and everything. That's why he's also complaining about he has already handed his transfer.
No, you don't get the point. The point is not the agreement. The point is that he should be getting
he should be getting better. But if Lookman himself have agreed, then there's no need to talk about that again.
So does that mean Lookman doesn't see himself as a top player?
He sees himself, but we should also, like you always say, everybody have their own aspect to being successful or being whatever.
Yes, but
so
the bottom line of that is money.
The bottom line is money.
I just think this thing is a club thing. If a club wants you to bring a good bid for their player, they know how to present that player.
No, it's not a club. It's not a club.
For me, I feel like it's a
the
club
club
thing.
is one way. The agents of Lookman is another. We can see what's happening with Sesko. Sesko is not a prolific striker. Yes, he's young, but then he's not a prolific striker. But you could see the business that has been done around him. You see the way they are trying to sell him. They're just hyping him up. The club wants 90 million or about 100 million.
That's what I'm saying. Is a club.
Then what the agents want as his weekly wages also is over the roof. So if you look at it very well, it's the representative it has, right? The club can budge and say, okay, no, you if you have 60, bring it. But the representative or the agent would also broker a very good deal, reasonable deal, which definitely will be above 100. So I'm saying that a player with Lookman's contribution and Lookman's influence and Lookman's pedigree, should not. We shouldn't be talking about this. These are meager sums. I feel like his representation is not excellent.
Yes, his representation is not excellent,
and it's showing even.
But don't you think that's what they always do to African players?
No,
especially Italian.
No,
all those Italian clubs.
It's showing in the offers that come. No. Forget about the club. The agents.
The
job of the agent is to go out there and get
market
suitors. Right?
No. This is a different situation now. A player is in contract.
No,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
You
Even if you are in
whether in
contract
contract or not, you're
It
going to
doesn't
make a
matter.
move.
What do you think is happening with
Because I
Ishak?
feel like
That's
once
it.
he signs, the agent has
No.
the power of the agent is very minimal.
See,
no matter what.
a player can any player can leave a contract at any time when the right offer comes.
Yes.
We are seeing Ishak. Ishak still has
Without
2
the
years.
clubs.
Ishak still has 2
on a
years.
right
on this
offer,
contract.
if the right offer comes.
On a ratio of 100 now, what would you rate the power of the club and the power of the
Of course,
agent?
the power
When
of
the
club
player, when the player is still in contract.
Listen, the power of the club is 100%. But I just said,
If you say wages, I can say the agent.
No, listen. No, we're talking about offers for Lookman on the table for Lookman.
That's what I'm saying. That if you're talking about the wage Lookman is going to collect, and you're saying the agent is not doing well, I would say yes. But not talking about the bid, like how much a club is willing to offer if allow a player go. I think it depends on the club, not the agent of the player.
That one is the fee. That one is this same fee, the transfer fee.
You're talking about
this thing. Everything in transfer. Everybody has the interest of everybody has to be met. The player, number one, the player has to agree to where he wants to go to the club that's coming. Does he like your project? Does he like the club? Is it a place he feels that will be home for him? A place that we like. Number two, the agent, his salary also here. The player and the agent have to agree on the salary that he wants to go. And then the team that is coming must also agree on that salary. Now the team also, after agreeing with the player, must agree with the club. Because of in terms of transfer fee,
the point I'm trying to make here is this: the Lookman's agents are not doing enough. They are supposed to go get Lookman offers.
Yeah.
If we only have Inter on the table, that's not a good bargaining advantage for Lookman.
Actually, that's the truth. Because if other clubs they should get the Saudis involved. Let Al Hilal be bidding. Do you understand? Even teams like Juve.
That's what I'm talking about. Bring offers. When offers come to the table, you will see that the valuation will go. What's my business? What Inter wants, what Atalanta wants to get. It's not my business. What my business is that we have the current African Footballer of the Year being undervalued, and that's
what I'm saying. There's something with the club.
That is rubbish.
There's something
it's not
with
about the club. If the club gets 120 million offer on the table, they will sell. It's not about the club. What's the club even asking for? We don't want to sell to our rivals.
Because even when
apart from the agents, some clubs don't know how to do business.
When you say don't know how to do business, when they see money, they said
no, they don't know how to sell their players. They don't know how to. I don't know how to put it right now. If Lookman were to be a Chelsea player, guy.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's how a club values the player. It's the value the club places on the player.
Do you know that?
The relationship with Atlanta, Lookman has a 40 relationship already with Atlanta.
You see,
so they just would want to do.
Have you guys ever seen when clubs go on?
If so, why is a club like Saudi not coming for him?
No, listen. Have you guys ever seen when clubs go on? They have these cases of being of evaluation of their players. There are cases like that. You see, FIFA there's a law for this, and players are this. Like I said, there's a market value already there. You understand? So around that price,
There is no market value
So-
there. We see what Cristiano Ronaldo is doing at 40. So don't tell me there's a market
no
value
market
there. There's no
value.
market
there's
value
actually
there.
a market value.
No, it
There
depends.
is.
It depends. No, it depends on what. See, there's so many factors to consider, right? There's so many factors to consider. A player like Lookman, you can't say at 27, Lookman should still go for a good sum. He should still command a good sum.
that's what we're saying. And his market 60 million is not a bad sum.
We're not saying sell Lookman for 200 million. No, that's not what we're saying. But
Yeah.
even at 70, you are still not over.
He's not over.
Exactly.
70 is still around that range. Within 60, 50, 60, 70.
And that's the point. That's
Yeah.
the point we're trying to make.
That's what I'm saying. That's the same thing.
All right,
so the club is not the issue. Like when you're talking about his salary,
Representation. You're talking about the representation.
Well, all the same, guys, let us know what you think about the conversations we just had right here in the studio. The comment section is open, and you know what to do. Destroy the comment section. It's yours. Take it away. And we'll see you in the next video. Until then, ciao, ciao, and bye for now.
Football Banter.